everybody. Welcome back to another exciting and very transparent Solar Moment. I promised you some tea in 2022. Well, oh boy, the kettle just literally bubbled over. And in the studios with me today is my minister, my community minister. He calls me the queen of conversation, right?
Queen of conversation,
well,
in the community.
Tim, you are the queen's community minister. And I say that because we going right to the nitty gritty. Yo, we kings and queens from the street. All this community, the way we doing it now, like this ain't glass house material.
No,
this is not, down on NGYC where we was, saying, lollipops was on the block, A, B, C girls, This is a whole different level, but I'm excited. I'm gonna start it right here. Over the summer, I think it was last summer, or I can't even think, but I saw you up on Facebook and it was the middle of the night and I'm like, yo, my brother ain't sleeping. And it was right then that the Lord said, nope, because you gonna pray for him, you're gonna intercede, he gonna do this, and then I'm gonna show y'all how you work together.
Yes.
And I love you.
Yes.
But dude, what do you be doing out there in them streets all night? Like, I'm gonna need you to, what you really be doing?
Listen, I got the Scully on. It tells it. I represent the culture. You know what I mean? And that's why I keep the Scully. I keep the face mask down. I've been wearing face masks before it even came, mandated by the government. I was wearing face masks. We was wearing hoodies and Scullys. Trayvon Martin, rest in peace. We were the culture. So, you know what I mean? Being out there, you have to be uniform for what it looks like and what's going on out there. So if you don't look like that, you don't fit the part like that, then you're not going to get accepted like that. So I'm out, I'm up, and things happen at night. You know what I mean? Pretty much everybody do ministry in the daytime. Everybody do ministry in the morning. But the Bible says, be prepared for all things. Mm-hmm. Be ready. So the night is when things happen. That's when the enemy stalks. That's when all things happen. People go wayward. You can hold on to religion or spirituality all day. But when the night comes, that's when the enemy prevailed most. Because even God gave the devil reign over the earth. He gave him full reign. That's your territory. But it's our job as Christians to what? Unionize, use, expose, and rebuke.
Yo, you just broke that word down. I'm not about to play with you today. And I'm giving you the pastor version of my brother right now before we go into a place where hopefully you can accept why I respect who you are.
Amen.
We went in the trenches and you were just kind of telling us a little bit about that turning point that you allowed me to share.
Yes.
Can you just tell us about that real fast?
What happened was, earlier that day I was in the East Ferry homes, which we call the East Ferry Projects. But I was, I do my due diligence. I go around, I'll be available, I'll be applicable, and then also be somebody which is approachable. So I'm approachable in the community. People can come to me, tell me what's going on, let me know what they need, whether it's prayer, whether it's physical, spiritual, or mental, some type of connection, and then even intervening in violence. I intervene, I mediate conflict and bring conflict resolutions, peace circles to issues, and then also educate and instruct, like basketball, football. I entertain the kids. So I'm in the projects. They had the little, the candy sale. So I swing through there to patronize the youth, to see the babies, even to say a prayer, to uncover prayer for them, cover their job, what they're doing. So I see the little kids playing, the one little boy on a tricycle, going back and forth on a bike, going back and forth, coming from the walkway back. That was the little kid, that was the kid, and I left the projects to go back into the other part of the community. Mm-hmm. And when later on that day, I get a call. They're like, yo, you got to get back to the project. I'm like, what happened? They said, shots was fired, man. You need to get over there. So I don't run from it. I run to it. Mm-hmm. And then as I was going to it, there was a lot of people running, jumping in cars and stuff because it was just where the smoke was just starting to settle. And people was running back and forth in the apartments. And they said 4 people got shot. And when they said that, it was like, 4 people got shot. Wow, word. So they was like, some people was grabbing other people and getting them out the way. So immediately, I just was assessing the damage and didn't find out that in that 4 people was a little boy, So when I found that out, they was like, yo, it's a tragedy.
Yes.
You know that word when we was in the hood? Like, it's a
tragedy.
It's a
you gotta say, it's a tragedy, man.
It was
Come
a tragedy.
On.
So
yes.
That became the spark of a greater anointing. So I had to call on the community. And I had to call on my prayer words, and then I had to
Yes.
put it public because y'all my covering. You know what I mean? When it comes down to a community covering, I have a spiritual covering over me in the ministry, but there's a community covering. So once I put that alert out that I'm getting weak, but I'm angry. You see what I'm saying? I'm angry.
know.
So I got a righteous anger. So what I needed was my righteous people.
Yes.
And that's when everybody started tapping in. You know, big shout out to those that was listening. You know, Laverne, Wallace, and all them different sisters, because it was women. It was women.
Yes.
It was women.
We're the weeping willow at the well.
It was the weeping willow at the well. It was
Yes,
the women.
yes.
So they was like, "Yo, where you at?" And all they kept saying was, "Where you at?"
Yes.
Like I never seen so many sisters get together and get at me. So the brothers was listening, the brothers was watching.
But they didn't know how to respond.
They didn't know how to respond because they
I
never
love
seen
you.
me in that kind of form of fashion. That was inside my soul. You know, I operate in the flesh and I operate in the spirit, but they seen my soul moving. But they didn't know because men don't really express ourselves in our soul. Women, you know, y'all connected to that soul. Emotions, feelings, and things like that. That's why you don't tamper with a woman's soul. You know, touch not, taste not, want not. You know what I mean?
Now.
Because then you activate something that we're not ready for. So the women were engaged and they was praying, and then they was on deck. So, you know, then the brothers was like, "Yo, where you at? I'm coming."
Yes.
So then it became a movement. So what I said clearly was, if you my friend, if you somebody that follow me, if you somebody that do what I do, or even back me up in prayer, meet me here in the morning. And I put the call out. I said, "Yo, meet me here."
Put that call out. And
I put that call out, and I asked for friends and
You
family.
did.
I said, friends and family of the community. If you rock with me, you know me. You know Pastor Tim Newkirk. You know Tim Newkirk.
Yes, you
whether
did.
it's by pastor, whether it's by rev, whether it's by minister, whatever capacity you know me as.
But this is where we need to be.
This is where we need to be.
And it was like
It
a
was
squad up
mandated.
time.
It was squad up.
It was squad up.
It was squad
And that's
up.
how I took it. I was like, yo, in the middle of everything, squad up. I want to take us, you just did something, and that day was monumental, but I don't know if I ever told you what you did for me.
No, you never told me. Please tell me.
You woke me up.
You was dormant.
I was dormant. I don't know if you remember, my mom was here.
Yep.
I literally had called my mom and was like, "Mom, I need you."
Right.
So my mom wasn't just here visiting.
Right.
She was here taking care of me.
Wow.
My aunt was there.
Wow.
My aunt was a part of taking care of me.
I didn't know that.
And when you did that, I was in a place where I was like, "Okay, Lord, your community daughter has been dormant.
Yes.
I have been sleeping. I have gone through some things." And I never forget you saying, "Sis, yo, let's just do this."
Yes.
I did what I could do. We put out our folks that needed to come out. But you also showed me something at a time where I'm going to be very transparent. I was mad at my black men. Watch this segue transition.
What?
Oh, I was pissed.
For real?
I was upset at the way that I couldn't get the honesty out of you. I was already going through a bad breakup. Hello, everybody. Yeah, your girl's single. You getting the exclusive of this.
I wanted-
Just
I
in
give it
case.
to you
You
raw
didn't know.
and
But
uncut.
I was going through something, and I was so mad at the black men, especially here in my city, because I'm like, yo, I'm sick of y'all playing games. Y'all act like don't nothing matter. And then here you go, very transparent as one of the hardest OGs I know. Like, it is nothing for you to be like, yo, we used to like, yo, so I take that. You got that, right? And now I'm seeing you as a black man saying, yo, my heart is here.
Yes.
And you let me come into that space. I didn't just come there to walk with you,
Yes.
but you was like, you let me hug on
Yes,
you.
yes.
You let my family like get in that
Yes,
space. He was
yes.
like, let's get it. You trusted me with
Yes,
certain assignments.
yes,
and I
definitely.
came through
Yes.
at a time where I was mad at black men.
I definitely gave you an assignment. I definitely gave you a critical. It was critical.
Very critical assignment.
And I was like, yo, can you pull this off? And you was like, well, I'm like, I expect you to. And you did it.
Yeah.
And that's when it became an evolution, because what the movement did was it sparked the community and it sparked the government. It sparked the higher up as well as the people. The people are...
Our mayor came out, y'all.
And that's my man. That's my man. He came as my... See, what people don't understand about that part, he came as my man.
Yeah, he didn't come as the mayor.
He didn't come as man. He didn't come in a long SUV. He didn't come
What was that car?
He came in a Charger. He came as my man.
Everybody think I'm tripping. It was a Charger with his sleeves rolled up.
Big shout out to Olivia from Channel 7. She came. She fed me. She was like, listen, I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying by your side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Captain Sykes, the police department,
they came
as my crew. They came as that was the first time.
Beautiful.
That was the first time where the public got to see public community policing. And a lot of people might have their own words of what happened, and why, this, that, and the other, but we can get into that on another show.
Right.
But the fact of the matter that they can't assess me as my man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, who rolling with me? I put you on an assignment in the midst of your situations and your gloom. So what I did was I walked in your house. The Bible says, Jesus says, I knocketh at the door, and any man open, I will come in and sup with him. When I sup with you, that means I'm going to check you out. If you in there and the curtains up, it's dark, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull them down.
Yeah.
If you ain't got no food on your table, I'm going to come in there, I'm like, yo, what's in this kitchen to eat? Yeah. When you open the door, that's all you got to do is open the door. If you suffering, if you going through something with your relationship, you going through something with your significant other, if you going through something with a broken promise, with a broken future, whatever, anything that deters the door that you was going in, once you open that door, whoever is assigned to you is going to come and they're going to suffice your needs. They're going to rip down the veil. Yo, I'll clean up. Get the babies dressed. That's in the words of Tina Sanders Whitehead. Listen, our white side, excuse me.
I know who you're talking about, Mama Tina.
Mama Tina. You know what I mean? So big shout out to her. But hers is get them babies right. So hers is kick open every door and go in there. If the garbage need to be taken out, take the garbage out. You know what I'm saying? And if it's food, get the bacon going. Let the bacon grease. Crack the eggs. I'll make the breakfast. You need to get yourself together. Go in there, wash your face, get yourself together, and we're going to get you up into the next level. Put you up on the couch. Stop moping. You know what I mean? Because 90% when you're going through, you don't even sleep in your own bed. You on the couch. The couch becomes your sofa, becomes your luxury place. No, we get you back in your bed. Because where your bed is, that's where your kingdom is. You understand what I'm saying? Your queenship is in your room. So when you defile yourself, you let somebody into your room. When we was growing up, when we was dating, the first thing a man would say is, first of all, what your house look like. What your hallway look like. What your kitchen look like. But our goal is to get in that bedroom. So guess what we do? Let me use your restroom. Yo, let me use your bathroom. As we walk to the bathroom, what we do? Look at that room. Which room is yours? Because a man's goal, and no disrespect to our brothers, but our goal is to enter into your domain. That's where your queenship is. That's where your kingdom is. If I can get in your room and sit on your bed, then guess what I can do? I can proceed on.
Smash.
And I can conquer and smash. I only got one termination, and that's this.
And,
yo,
bruh, I'm mad at you again. Like we going through all kinds of emotions, and we promised that we would talk, and I didn't know you was gonna be like, I don't have to tell my story, like not the way, like, cause what you just said, bruh, that's what you did. I was on my couch when you was in the street. I wasn't in my bedroom. I wasn't trying to make that my comfort zone. I was in an angry space, and that was something sacred that I'm like, if I can't go in there with the husband I was with, I don't want to be in there at all. If I can't have, like, I was mad, and then here you go, and I'm like, go. And everything you just went through, opening the curtains and making sure that light. And now, right?
the light.
I literally, and let's just start with the bedroom.
Yes.
I know that's like the most intimate place to jump into.
It's the most intimate place.
But me and him, we got this thing. I can handle it. I can handle this with him. My bedroom is so beautiful right now.
Exactly, because you took ownership.
I took ownership. I've got my curtains,
yes.
my lights. It's my studio.
Yes.
Like, I literally wake up and take a solar moment in my bedroom.
That's right.
Okay, the secret's out. Sorry, I won't tell nobody else. But I did that because of what you said. I took ownership of a space, right? And now, bro, we were talking about this space, and this year I promised to be transparent, and this is not the way this show was supposed to go. I am not supposed to be crying. Dude, you're supposed to be getting interviewed, not pouring into
I told
this.
You
is backwards.
This is a sword, though. This is a sword for those that's listening. It cut both ways.
So 45 is coming up.
Yes.
And I promised the Lord that I would walk in my purpose, never again to sit on the couch that long. I'm not going to tell you that I won't have days where I want to sit on the couch, eat popcorn, eat my buns, and watch. I'm not going to say, I'm going to treat myself to that. But I promise I'm going to walk in my purpose, and now here you go. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to interview, I'm going to call, and da-da-da-da. And I felt so freaking vulnerable talking to you on the phone.
It's a release.
About what this upcoming birthday will release.
It's a release.
And then we begin to talk about where I've been, right? And so talking to a male, can I just be transparent?
Be transparent.
Like, I'm just gaining how to respect a relationship and a man in a relationship. And I've had husbands and a woman with a man. But I am just getting to the point where I'm like, yo, we got to talk about this. Because as a woman, I have been in denial that I've been scorned, that I've been hurt, that I talk about the abuse part.
Right.
But I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, I love me some black men.
Yes.
And I'm dating.
Yes.
Right? And that's a different scene.
Yes.
And I know my worth and my value, even though you always called me queen and we always knew. But I'm like, no, I see that now.
Right.
Tim, what in the world is going on? And why did you call me? Why you all up in my mix?
Because it's time to be released. And that's go for anybody. Like anybody who's been holding back something so long inside, internal. We're in 2022. We're in 2022. That's a whole new era. That's a whole new door. You know, that's why everybody keep doing these challenges where you was once to where you at now. It doesn't always matter where you was at. What matters most is where you going. You understand what I'm saying? Where you going determines how the outcome of your life and the structure and the map and what you making. Because we are a walking map. Everything we do, we're walking, we're making the map. So wherever we stick a flag at, that's our domain. The Bible says, wherever soil your feet, where you should tread should be your coast. It should be your territory. So we're making our territory as we move forward. But a lot of times we get stuck and we become at a standstill. But the Bible tells us, buy what we need. Don't interact with that culture. Don't interact with that people, that species. Get what you need. Do business with them. Do good business. Don't cheat them. Don't be cheated, but keep it moving because you're going to need the supplies. Right now, we're getting supplies. And we're on a wagon trail and we're on a wagon train to go to the next territory. We are explorers. We're pilgrims. So in your relationship, don't stay. That's what God was telling you. Don't stay. Buy. That means learn, experience. To barter is to what? Exchange. So your soul partner at the time was just an exchange. You're there to receive from him how to deal with hurt, how to deal with abuse, how to deal with lies, how to deal with trickery, or even narcissistic ways. That's still a purchase. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. You handle electricity with what? Gloves.
With gloves.
Okay, so it's still, you can't disregard that because it's needed. Everything that you had going through, you was able to get you where you're going now. So what happened in relationships, we stand still too long and we expect somebody to push us from the back to go forward. You're not stuck. You just at a standstill. Stop playing like you stuck. Stuck meaning I can't move or I can't move. I want somebody to touch me because we all need what?
Wait, pick up my mat and carry me.
Pick up my mat and carry me.
Please?
Yes, but what Jesus told him, he said, pick up thy bed and walk.
And walk.
He didn't tell the same people that got him there. He didn't need them no more because he had the strength to what? Get up out of his situation and get them moving. Before his complaint was, I don't have nobody. You don't have nobody to what? They got you there. If everybody was at the pool waiting for the angel to erupt and stir up the water to be healed, that means the people that got you where you was going so long was sick. Everybody is sick. No disrespect.
I love
so how you expect somebody sick to carry somebody that's sick?
That's sick.
We all sick.
The hurt and the hurt.
The hurt and the hurt. So
the ill fixing the ill.
Listen, and what you do when you run? When you run, and females especially, when y'all can find the other females, y'all can find the other females that's what? Sick. That's hurt. You talk about six women that's hurt. How y'all gonna get delivered?
I kid you not. Big shout out to Dayatra Amber. Just did. She knows she does. You say it out loud.
I love her.
Right. I had a chance to sit on the purple couch. Right?
Yes.
So here I am. I feel like everywhere I go, I'm being...
It's your purpose.
My solar moments is not what I thought they would be, right?
Moment.
And one of the things she brought out of me is I was helping so many people. And I was tore up. Buffalo didn't know I was homeless, but walking into a job. They didn't know that I had four baby daddies, and I wasn't getting child support, but anything y'all asked me for, we got it.
Right.
Like I was a walking ill case.
Right.
And as that continued to transpire, I found myself, to be honest with you, getting sicker and sicker.
Yes.
It got to the point where it manifested in my body, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm out of here. You know, and I'm learning how to tell the story. And when we say that we're around and we're sick, sickness comes in many forms.
It does.
Anger was one of my sicknesses.
Exactly. Sickness and addiction are on the same category. Because you can be addicted to something. Because the Bible says you can have things, but guess what? Don't abuse anything. Yeah. You can have a lot of different things, but don't abuse them. And don't become the victim of abuse with it. You see what I'm saying? So sickness is, you can become sickness. Sickness is what? Something that doesn't agree with who you really are.
Yes.
So when you got a cold, that means your body, you have symptoms. them symptoms activate in your body, and you feel like, yo, I don't feel like who I am.
Yes.
I don't feel like who I was designed to be.
This don't align with my purpose.
This don't align with my purpose, my destiny. So a lot of people are in sick relationships. They're in toxic relationships because it don't align with their purpose.
My dreams of who would it look like. Okay, I'll be real for. Okay, this is my thing.
That's what it look like.
One day I'm gonna be on the beach.
That's what it look like.
And he gonna be. I'm like, oh, bam! And so I'm working out to get that look. Right.
Yes.
So, but what you see. And it's so funny, bro, because everything is aligning. You saying that what you see, you manifest, you write it down, but don't let the trick of the enemy. And that's what I did I think we all have done that. You let the trick of the enemy be like, you saw that? That ain't what it is.
That ain't what it is. And then we are again into that paradigm of stuck. Stuck and standing still is two different missions. You're stuck. That means I need somebody physically to get me out. But guess who we want to get us out 90% of the time? The person that's hurting us. I put a stat up yesterday on my Facebook. Yeah. I put 2 of them up.
Oh, really?
I said the person that is closest to you, because I made it one person.
Right.
Because most times you say the people, and people take off because they feel like, what? It ain't just me, it's all of us. But I said the person that is most close to you is the one that whooped you the most. Mm-hmm. So the you became personal, and everybody that accepted it on Facebook was like, that was deep, but it's real. Oh my God, because what I did was I went into my Facebook space and I reached out and I pointed at one person. Mm-hmm. And guess what the one person was? The whole Facebook family. So when I pointed at one, because guess what? It made you think about not holding them accountable, but holding yourself accountable. Because if I said people's, now you would have said, well, if we all getting abused and we all been whooped and we all been beat, then guess what? Who's going to come out and say it first? No, I ain't wait on nobody. I pointed at you.
Listen.
I pointed at you.
Right.
I said the person that's closest to you
is
the one that's whooping you the most. And guess what? That doesn't mean not past tense. That means past tense too. That means the person that's been beating you, who beat you in whatever form of fashion, who defeated you, whatever form of fashion. That means you count up your losses. You count up when dude took your car and never brought it back and he crashed it up and he was with another female.
But you gave him the keys.
You when somebody took your stimulus check and you didn't feed your kids and you didn't pay your rent and now you
made that choice.
He whooped you. She whooped you when she lied to you. She had multiple different relationships, but she told you that she was only with you. Whatever it was that caused you,
that down there now, right?
That made you stuck. And made you wounded, that put those whoops on your back, came from one particular person, one particular entity.
And you want to know, it's funny because a lot of people say TGIF, right? Thank God it's Friday.
Yes.
Thank God I forgive.
Thank God I forgive.
Thank God I forgive. So that's my new, I did post
Thank
that.
God I forgive.
Thank God I forgive. TGIF. And you don't have to wait till Friday to post it or say it. You just be like, TGIF. And I don't start with somebody else with that TGIS. Right. That's me.
Right.
Because that was, I think, the biggest part of everything. Like, I thank God I forgive me. And then if I can forgive me, I can find it okay to forgive somebody else. And many times, you don't even have to ask. You don't, like with me, I think that was part of my healing, bro. You don't even have to ask.
It's already done.
It's done.
Pronto. You know what? And I got one that, because I'm on the Queen show, and this is a solar moment. And a lot of my females that work this Facebook page and social media platform, they're going to get a word because you are a word to give. You the sun. The sun beams down. It melts snow. It feeds.
I hope so.
It does a lot. And it gives warmth. The sun don't only beam down, but it gives warmth. And it spreads. I put up a post because I minister through my Facebook, I minister through my Instagram, I minister through my TikTok, I minister through my Twitter, because that's where my ministry is, all out.
Oh, yeah,
so,
you do.
I put a post. Now, this is where all the females, all y'all in this
timing.
Come on, I got something for all of y'all. Ladies. Because it was a past tense word that didn't dissolve, but y'all made it dissolve. I'm going to say this for a reason. This was a past tense word I put on my Facebook. I didn't get a lot of response because a lot of females got offended by it, or maybe we're in the shell. I said it's a lot of girls out there that won't say no. Cut. That's it. A lot of girls out there that won't say no. So a lot of females felt like, oh, that was a long time ago. So I failed. I dropped the ball. I quit. I gave in. I gave up. So that don't apply to me. And I said a lot of females out there that won't say no. And I said, people, save yourself. So I put on the end of it, if the silent word, the delivered word was, people, save yourself.
And
so it wasn't a blast.
Tell them why it's a solar moment. Go from there and tell them exactly why it's a solar moment.
But it was dynamite.
No, let me tell y'all. Look,
go ahead.
My brother know I'm a stalker on Facebook. Not like the kind of stalker
I call some drama.
Right, like, yeah. Now that we're doing this interview, first of all, you were supposed to wake up this morning, but I let you slide because I was like, Lord, have your way. He ain't got to get up and do a Take a Solar Moment with me early. He can get on my podcast over at WUFO. Make sure you follow us on Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Google, and all that. Anchor, did I say that? YouTube, and of course, Radio Public, right? You gonna do that because let me first tell you something.
Let's get at it.
I like it when my brothers say stuff like that, especially in my grown and sexy. First of all, you're right. There's a lot of girls who won't say no, but that's because they don't know how to say no.
Where y'all at? Where y'all at?
So I need to know where you at. I was going to, and trust me, I already went in his little, make sure you follow him because I did like make a little comment. I was like, ... and it continues. So don't think you sleeping on this one. Second of all, where Willie at? You know, it's brothers like Willie Price and them that y'all that post stuff like this that make women should say more no's to certain things. Say no to men who ain't trying to like step up and level up, right? Say no to men who looking at your body. I may let you look at my bedroom. Don't mean you can smash. I'm just saying, say no to some cats who really like gassing your head up and ain't really putting in the work to put in what needs to be put in your head and they trying to get some. But head, I'm just saying, say no. So it's a lot of women who don't and they just go fall for the okie doke. But you know where the women stay?
Where they stay?
On their couch with the curtains closed, wondering why they keep getting lied to, wondering why they keep getting games played. And I ain't gonna talk about y'all men who can't even be honest. If you dating and you open about dating, well, you know, like be open. Like I'm dating, right? So I'm not committed. I am going out with you. I'm collecting data, right? So it's a lot of girls who don't know how to cut that off. Like, don't get me wrong. At the point where I thought it was okay, like I was dating, like I wanted to see what y'all had. Now I'm like, no, I know I can't handle that. No, I know I'm not gonna handle that. So the other part, oh my gosh, did the energy just get even real?
There we go. Let's drop it.
At the rate you put that, what do you want them to say yes to? Because a lot of y'all can't identify that either.
Know what yourself,
what we say
hold on,
yes
everybody
to.
input. I'm the silent person in the room.
Yes to.
So anybody else got something to say? Because I said it
what
and I meant
yes
it. It's a lot of girls out there that won't say no. So now what? What you
I
feel?
feel like it's a lot of girls out there that won't say no because in that moment you like the attention that is coming to you. So it's almost like not saying no is feeding into your personal insecurities.
Okay.
Until you know what your worth is, a lot of females settle.
Ooh. And when you say settle, define what is settling for you in
please.
our term. Because you the culture. So what is your version of settling? Because back in our day, it was a different settle.
Settling for, like, I grew up a woman. So I grew up with independent woman, like, married. Then your husband can't tell you no. So settling, like, you should, if you're going to date or talk to somebody, not that you should put your worth over his, but it should be equal. So if he's not bringing anything to the table to help you build or elevate, and you should be doing the same, it's okay. I don't need you.
Right.
Work on yourself.
That's right.
Work on yourself. Work on who you want to be, because you can't bring nothing to the table if you don't even know what you have to bring to the table.
Oh, I don't like that word though. I am so over the conversation of what do you bring to the table. It's a TikTok and I'm going to do it now.
Go ahead.
I am the table.
You are the table.
You are the table.
Now your job, if I'm the table.
What do you put on me?
What are you putting on me? What
that's
are you
why
putting on me?
That's why I want to she's the culture.
Like this is all they be thinking to get on. No, it's so much more.
But guess what? As older, but guess what? As the older generation, we have to let them identify what was said and what was thought in their head, because guess what? She said she grew up in a structured family, in a structured place. But there was one thing that was missing. What you just gave her, the understanding of the table. You are the table. What are you putting on me?
I never thought that I wasn't the table. But I think, especially for me, I can say, like, I'm a very alpha woman. So, like, I am very determined. Like, if I say this is my expectations of if I'm dating somebody, I expect you to bring the same energy that I have.
Right.
Don't let me be more dominant than you are.
Right.
So I think also when it comes to men of this generation, they're very intimidated. Because yes, they want independent women, but you can't handle an independent woman.
Why can't I have a 2-hour show?
So now, go ahead. Now, what's your determination and what's your comments? Because you the culture too. Okay, what is it that you won't say no? Why won't you say no?
So I'm a no-sayer, so I can't even comment on that.
Ooh.
I'm definitely a no-sayer.
Yeah, because I think somebody just got asked out.
Yes.
I think somebody just got asked out.
Yes, because...
take that. We got questions.
We got questions. They want to take
know,
the Solar moment and do that.
Page.
They want to get lit with me.
It's your page.
They want to get lit with Solar.
Yo, I'm not about to play.
You about to conquer who better than the queen to deal with the fact that I put that out there?
You did,
and then you responded. You the first person. You the first person, as you should.
Did somebody ask out? Is that a guy asked or a girl asked?
I'm trying to see because I don't want to put.
Somebody asked somebody out. Put your face on there.
You want to read and see because you know who it is?
She gonna go.
Okay, hold on. Alan Williams, let's go, cuz. Okay.
Let's go, cuz.
I was about to say, I ain't have my glasses. I'm just making sure that wasn't a let's go out, because I thought it was a woman asking
good
you.
Talk.
Okay,
that's
good
the Lord
talk.
did it.
Ayo.
That's the sixth man.
Okay, we got you.
Okay, we got you.
We got y'all. Okay, I was just making
good
sure.
Work. Wonderful. Okay.
Just making sure, because I might have to put
Can
him
we
on.
flip the camera that way?
Do whatever you gotta do, because this is a takeover.
Now, I had no clue.
Right now, I announced the movement, and I'm telling you right now on Facebook, and I'm telling you on every platform, on Solar Moment, on podcast, on Spotify, on anything, IG, on Twitter. I'm making an announcement right now because I'm bringing back something that is critical. I'm making it critical. It's a lot of girls out there that won't say no. So now where y'all want to go with this? Where you want to go with this? I'm putting a demand out there. Why y'all not saying no?
Because
people, save yourself.
But ladies,
stop blaming us.
I'm not blaming you. I'm actually about to get at my women.
Stop making us molest you. Stop making us attack you.
Ooh.
Stop making us beat you.
Ooh.
Stop making us.
And now that's what we call
Stop training us and teaching us how to handle you in a negative way to only become the victim again. Look at your profile. Look at your record.
But I feel like males are not accepting or understanding to see things from a different perspective in order not to be that abusive.
This is where I get ticked off at being in the position where I've learned to stay for a little while. Just a little while. Tell you a quick story and take you somewhere. I went on a camping trip with nothing but couples. One age-old couple, one couple, right? I was the only one that did not have anyone there. So I had a chance to observe. And what I learned is women, I do get upset with us as women because we do present something.
There you go.
I had to learn the word vulnerable.
Yes.
And I also had to learn in the Bible, it never tells me to love my husband. I think we're always trying to love someone to the point where we forgot we were told to honor and respect them. That's it.
Stop loving us to death.
We
so
do.
Stop loving me to death.
We love the hell out of you.
But guess what? And exactly. The point is, you are traditionally doing something that your mother did, your grandmother did. Stop loving us to death as men, because when you love us to death, guess what you do?
We push you.
You push us and you hinder us, and guess what we do? We run off because we don't want you to love us to death.
Nope.
Because guess what? Love hurts. Love is pain.
So now we identify that, right? But the other part that we
first person.
Because we got to break it down. Now I listen to what some of the men, and this is the year of the men speaking out.
Stop loving us to death.
Right. I look at Kevin Samuels.
I look at
death. Big shout out to the controversial counselor David.
Big shout out to me.
All of them, right?
Because I'm telling you,
you are somebody who have literally taken me and said, "Solar, I'm about to take you and take you." I feel what you're about to do with this. I'm not about to play with you.
You is coming with me.
I'm not about to play with you.
This is just the beginning.
So now I got to say the other part that women have to do is we need to know what we want coming into it. I used to think that I could have the guy that was in my space because I'm an alpha male.
Right.
That ain't me. That's not me. I'm being honest. Cater to me, and if you cater to me right, and you love on me right, then you're gonna get that. But I also had to learn that is his job. That's not my job.
Exactly.
I'm not bringing you roses.
Exactly.
I will accept them, and when you bring me roses, I can tell you some things that are made. But no, we have reversed roles, and in order to do that, I think women, we have to check ourselves. Spending time with women who can teach, where's etiquette class anymore? When's the last time I've seen a young woman allow a young man, or actually stand there and I'm ignorant. I will go to a store and I'm not walking in if a man is there.
But that's
you're gonna open the door. You're gonna open the door.
But you know what? Let me say
you're gonna open the door.
Go ahead.
I feel like I've made a statement or comment to a guy. So and just speaking from me being in the dating world, I've had situations where I'm like, what happened to courting?
Courting, that was a big word. You a young person that said courting. You get a rubber band on a rubber band. You get a prize. You get a prize. You get a prize. You get a t-shirt.
I'm pretty old school.
You said courting.
Yeah, because I believe a man should open it. I grew up with males. So I grew
up with men. It's a different because it's a
But
lot
guess
of
what? Though?
males.
I'm gonna put it on a more because I'm from the hood. I'm hood orientated. I'm hood tested. You see what I'm saying? I learned how to endure street addiction. It wasn't about what was being done or how it was being done. I was street addicted, so I was addicted to street life. And what I'm gonna use, I'm gonna make it more relevant. I'm gonna make it more relevant to what you said. Basically, two phones.
And one for the
2 phones.
I do
when
too.
it's always
I
gonna
can't
ring.
talk. Yeah, I want to hear this.
So I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna put it more.
A lot of hood men.
Because guess what? So I'm gonna make it more hood orientated. Familiar spaces and familiar places. So courting and dating could be in the driveway. It could be in the car. Every time you get off work, I pick you up. Now we're courting. I'm taking you from work because we take advantage of your space and your place. As a man, our job is to cut you off. I can't chase you. Conquering you doesn't mean chasing you. So stop thinking I'm going to chase you. I can just cut you off. If you work there, guess what? My man stay across the street. So now I'm over there seeing my man, or I'm around the people that they got tire changes over there. They do tires and mechanic work. You work across the street. You're going to be in my space. So now I have no choice but to see you all the time. So men are a conquer and devour. We conquer and devour. We don't burn ourselves out because the chase might take too much out of us. And as a man, when you dating or you looking for somebody, you on pursuit, I can't afford to get injured because guess what? Another person to step up and take my place. And he would get your interest. All that running I just did, guess what I did? I burnt myself out. So as a man, our job is to find out who you are, what you possess, and what's your qualities and what I need from you. So now when I cut you off, I already have roses because you like roses. I already have a car because you walk and you catch the bus. I already have food because you like to eat. You want Rachel's for lunch. I got Rachel's.
I get it.
You see what I'm saying? So our job is in there. If y'all stop loving us so much and let us do our job, we're not fulfilling our defense and our security because our job is to serve, protect, and honor.
And
right?
if you're taking care of us the way you're taking care of the church.
We are providers. Men are natural providers. You're not allowing me to provide for you when you already saying yes so fast. You're saying yes, and guess what? So once we get all the yes out of you, guess what we do? It's like a tree without no sap. What we do, we move on to another tree. Because you already started producing. We didn't even have to put it. We didn't even have to draw it out.
No.
I feel like I'm not a yes girl though. Like,
I don't think the yes is.
The yes is.
It's not a word. I don't think it's a word.
Do your.
Is it a word?
Here you go, right here. Do your own investigation on what losses you accomplished and what losses you assessed in your life in relationship without blaming a man. And you're going to find where you said yes when you should have said no. See, what we do, we don't check the database. Like computers get thrown out, like phones get thrown out. Only reason they get rid of phones and computers is why? Because they no longer produce the need for the time. So when you go in your database and go back over your inventory, there's a yes in there when you should have said no.
And that's why I call dating so important. And dating is the collection of data. Big shot.
Data.
It's collecting.
That's why you're not going nowhere with this topic because you are a data collector.
I know. See.
And young women and other older women too need to older women that's good back into dating, they need to go back to the data.
But it's hard because you know what?
Stop loving us.
I'm done talking to him today because I'm done.
What is loving us? Because I could just say
we got to answer
from a younger perspective. I'm that female that's like, well, I need you to show me this before I can even present that energy to you.
Guess what? You're loving us is this. The Bible declares, while you are working, while you are doing your work, he who findeth. While you're working, while you're going to school, while you're doing the stuff that you need to do, while you're taking care of your siblings, while you're doing the things that God provided for you to do, God gave you work. God didn't tell you to sit at home and wait for somebody to come to you. He said while working, while learning, while worshiping. Guess what 99% of the women do? Don't worship. They work, but they don't worship. What happened to a woman that's treading on a treading flip on the mill? What happened to a woman that's on the kneeling grounds? She's humbling herself. Men identify what they see. That's why we get the choice to pick. We get to pick to the litter. There's more women than men. We have the variety of picking. So if you're working in your element, if you're working in your calling, if you're working in your ministry, guess what God does? He sends somebody, maybe by way of the mother, maybe by way of labor, maybe by way of destitute. Whatever the case is, while working, you might find me abandoned, weak, dying. And you might revive me, but guess what my values are? I'm a warrior. I'm a conqueror. I'm a provider. I'm a man. I'm a king. But I'm in the wilderness. I'm in the desert because I was on assignment. But you guys are not. At some point in time, you
we
stop
got some
working.
leveling up to do.
Y'all stop working.
Like, we are working, but I feel like
where's your worship?
Ooh, men get. I feel like
I'm not about to
where's
play
your
with
worship?
them. Can I get a 2-hour show, producers?
You're right.
Now we talking because I have to deliver that work.
Now I would say now I'm taking the time to step back and like analyze because I've been in situations where I'd be like, all right, God gave me exactly what I asked for, and that wasn't it.
But okay, this is I gotta be a sister and jump in, bro,
for your sister
because I don't want her to do this again, and I think that's why I'm being transparent in this season. You just said God gave you exactly what you wanted, right? Mm-hmm. And that wasn't it. Think about it. Mm-hmm. And then going back to what you just said, see, I'm putting the puzzles together. I'm going to get this right. My next one going to be my best one. My last one will be great.
There's a lot of women out there that won't say no.
Pick it up.
Now what?
Okay, so here it is. So wait, no, bruh. So at the rate you went to God and said, yo, God, I want him to have this. And God did this.
Where's my no women at? Where's my no women at?
Right, no. See, now you adding to it.
Yes.
And that's what we do, women. We add to it.
Right.
When in actuality, if I ask God for an apple,
yes,
I gotta be more. I want a red seedless apple.
There we go.
Right off the tree.
Yes.
With the stem still on.
No worm in it.
No worm.
No hole
I
in
hate a piece of fruit like that.
No soft spot.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Because I just got a part of your puzzle. I just thought about something too, because that's definitely something that right there is honest. That's true.
Buffalo
also, we don't know what we want. We have to show us.
Where's your worship?
He knows us more than we know ourselves.
Exactly.
We have to say, God, I asked for this. Clearly, that's not me. What do you have for me?
Show me what you have for me. And in saying that, guess what I find out after I really looked at what I asked for, right? I don't even like apples.
Yes.
Like, for real? So guess
what magic? Guess where the gift is at?
The worship.
The worship. And guess why? Mm-hmm. Because guess what you asking God to? Mm-hmm. Let thy will be done. Mm-hmm. We know not what we want in our season of wanting. So guess what we say? God, let your will be done, because whatever you send me, I get to send back. I got 100% warranty with God. If God send you to me and you cut up and you're not doing what you're supposed to do and what you programmed to do, what that guidebook says, what those instructions say, you're not performing to what I sent for and what God sent me. Guess what, God? This is your child. God, she's belonging to you. She's cutting up. She's acting like another woman. Now, what David told his wife, you talk like a foolish woman. That wasn't who he married.
And you don't want to turn into a pillar of salt.
He said, you talk like a foolish woman, because she was upset because of his worship. So he exposed her.
So this is the homework I'm going to give, and then we're going to move forward, because I'm not going to play with him, so y'all know.
Where is your worship? My thing, okay, let me say this. Let me say this one thing, because I need you to understand this. Because you said it. You said, I'm working. Mm-hmm. I said, the key point is your worship. You're persistent because some women are thick-headed. You want what you want because you move by your emotions. You want what you want because you want it, and that's all that matters. You're a daddy's girl, you whatever. It's whatever that put it in you and instilled in you to want and thrive for what you want. Now, here goes. If the bridge is what you've been crossing to get what you want, has got decapitated. The bridge is no longer there. So your resources come from the bridge. You say, I work. I go to school. I got a lot going for me. I got this business. I'm doing all these different things. But inside of your heart, you want a strong relationship, right? The Bible says you are to be at work. And he who findeth. So there are people looking. You're getting prepared for who's coming for you. But if the bridge is not the way to go, you have to take the tunnel. But guess what's in the tunnel? Water, rocks,
darkness,
animals, squeaking noises, bats. Yes. And guess what? Water, filth, dirt, grime. Because you got to get low to stay low.
Well, listen.
So stop taking the bridge, because the bridge, you see all the scenery, you see the mountains,
it's
you
cute
see the
on
wind,
the bridge,
it's cute on the
right?
bridge. You see nature at its best. But when you go through the tunnel, you have been through some things. So now when you get that man that come from a tunnel mentality, guess what you get to learn? How to deal with this man, because you've been in the tunnel. You've been in the griminess. You've seen the shark rocks. You've seen the spiders and the bats. They don't offend you. So when they guess who those rocks, guess who those bats, guess who those spiders, guess who that terrain is? Your life and adversity, challenges. That female that's working with him, that you're not insecure about his women friends. You're not insecure
I'm
about
not.
this.
No, cut my show. Stop.
You see what I'm saying?
You are not.
That's all in the tunnel.
No, cut.
So take the tunnel.
Cut, because he is not about to do that. Because we got from now till March, and by March, I'm going to have a flight date. I'm going to think I ain't in
Don't be afraid women to go through the tunnel.
I'm not about to play with you.
Let's get it.
I'm not.
That's not a
You cannot ask.
So go through the tunnel and carry the light, because guess what's going to happen?
This is
you
like
are
a
the
takeover.
conductor.
This
If
is
you
my
one of those
show.
women that can go through the tunnel, then let that light shine. Throw the rope out for other women can go through that and go through the tunnel with you, because some women are scared. But if you've been through that, you're the sojourner truth of women. But somebody needs to be the Black Moses of women.
But Tim, we gonna be fair.
Let's do this.
We just gave them a heck of a lie.
Let's do this.
You do know we just gave them a heck of a lie. And this is, I'm mad at you again. Like, you keep taking me from loving you.
There's a lot of girls out there that won't say no.
And we're going to come back with that. So get ready, y'all. I want to thank you so much
Save
for taking
yourself.
this solar moment.
Yes.
Save yourself.
Buffalo
Make sure you
Born
follow Tim Newkirk,
Apparel.
Pastor Tim Newkirk.
Yes.
Buffalo Born Apparel on Facebook, Instagram, all of the social medias. He's going to
Shut
be a
him down
regular
for wrong.
because
Let's go.
you all are invited to a big celebration that's coming up in March. And from here forward, we going to get ready.
Let's get this.
We gonna be transparent.
Listen, we going straight from the top. We going straight. We gonna pick you up right where
I
you at.
can't.
If you have apparel that you want me to wear on this show or any other show,
We're down.
Reach out. We gonna wear your apparel. Just be transparent, because we transparent. Anything the ladies want to say?
No. Y'all good?
Y'all good?
They good.
If
All
y'all
right.
gonna say no?
No. Until next time when we have another solar takeover right here on WUFO. Peace.
Peace. God bless.